We are live. Welcome back, everybody. Denver Broncos franchise coming your way for this Monday night football stream. And as you guys can see on the title, the last stream before heading to New York City. Heading to New York with Max on vacation, going on vacation, heading to New York for the first time for me in a long time. And we'll get more into that. I've been to New York before, but as a very, very young child, but as an adult, my first time to go. So while we play this game, which is going to be the last game for a couple of weeks here, hopefully not too long, but you know, we got the trip coming up in December, and then it's going to be the holidays coming up and all that fun stuff. So let me know as we go about this stream. Let's hear your New York City recommendations if you guys are from there. If you guys have been there before, hit me up and let me know what are the places to go see. I'm going to kind of go through some of the ones that we have planned so far. You can let me know. Now, since this is a primetime game, this is Sunday night. I thought it was a Monday night game. Okay, well, Sunday night game. We're going to go ahead and bust out the all blue, which is our final alternate uniform game of the season. Of course, we wore the blue jerseys in week 1 against the Chiefs, and we wore the all eras Broncos throwbacks with all the era jerseys represented. We wore that last week against the Riverhogs. And of course, for the Bills, we'll give them their classic. But you know, for me, I love the red helmet. I don't know if there's any Bills fans out there, but the red helmet, the red socks, that is the way to go for me for the Buffalo Bills. I don't mind the unis they got now, but you got to go red helmet. Of course, they do have the blue pants, right? But we're wearing blue, so that would be, I think, a little too much blue. We can put them in the red, but I think we'll stick with the all-white for Buffalo. So here we go. Welcome to the guys in the chat. We got a couple of you guys joining us here as well. Glad to have you guys joining in, as like I said, final stream as we get headed into the vacation holidays here. Check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/TBSports27. The link in the description down below. It is the 1st of December. Happy December, everybody. We have uploaded our December request thread for our Ultra fans and our Mega fans. If you guys are on those 2 tiers, you can request whatever streams you want to see throughout the month of December. So hit us up and let you know. Of course, we've been doing a lot of football lately. That is because we had our November request thread, and a lot of you guys on Patreon messaged me and said you guys wanted to see some football, some Denver Broncos football. So here we are. This would be, of course, for us, the 11th, 12th season. But overall, this would be our 4th streaming season. This is episode 51 coming to you guys. So pretty solid there. So check us out, patreon.com/TBSports27. Hit up the request thread and let us know what you guys want to see throughout the month of December. Do you guys want to see more football? We see a couple of you guys in the chats right now. We got Brian talking about WWE. You guys want to see WWE? We've talked about if we can hit our Patreon goal. I think we kind of have gone away from that a little bit, but I'm gonna put it back out there. If we have the Patreon goal, I'm going to put it at 20. If we can get 20 new patrons, and we're not even going to put a month limit on there. Previously, we had been saying if we get to a certain amount of patrons before the end of the month, I'm going to go ahead and say it now. If we get to 20 patrons, no matter what, just 20 more Patreons from where we're at right now, we're going to do my GM mode in WWE 2K22. GM mode, you guys have been requesting it for a while. But if we can get to those 20 patrons, we'll unlock GM mode, and we'll bring it to you exclusively here. And we got some Patreon bonuses coming your way as well. You guys want to see some of that My Rise content over on Patreon? Check us out, patreon.com. TBSports27 December request thread up right now. So here we go, Broncos 10-1 for the 2nd season. Looking at a potential 15-1 record. as we had that last season. Of course, our one loss, just like last season, to the Riverhogs. And Jonathan Taylor gets the first hand. Come on, look at Buffalo with the red helmets. You can't tell me, if you're a Bills fan, you can't tell me you don't miss the red helmets. Come on. That's a classic. And not many, how many red helmets do we have in football? Just the Chiefs? The Commanders, kind of a burgundy? Bring back the red. That's what I'm saying. All right, Tom Brady III, his sophomore season. The Brady dynasty continuing here. People thought it was done when Tom Brady Sr., Tom Brady II, retired with his 7 Super Bowls, but not to be. His son coming in, projected, much like Dad, to be a 6th-round draft pick. He was sitting there. We picked him up in the 3rd or 4th round. And he's been with us ever since. Won us the Super Bowl his rookie season. And here we are in the sophomore season. And it's been nothing but uphill stuff for Denver. And we kind of talked about this series potentially coming to its end as well, as we had talked about wanting to get Madden 23 just because there's been so many different uniform changes in football. Well, you guys have been seeing, I mean, it doesn't take long to see all the glitches, all the problems that Madden 23 has been having. So I'm not too sure. I think I've kind of talked about this, that I'm not 100% sure if I even want to be getting Madden 23. And we talked about the struggles of finding a PS5 out in the wild. I finally did see one on Black Friday at GameStop. But as much as I talked about it, it's one of those things where they haven't really been putting out like any really, PS5 games, right? It's always been PS5. Like, it's still a PS4 still thing, is what it seems like, doesn't it? Like even Horizons and the new God of War, you can buy it PS5 and PS4. So it's kind of like, there's a part of me that almost just might wait till the PS6 comes out. PS5 might just be a watch, but we'll see. We'll see when we do jump into the next Madden, but we talked about maybe this series potentially winding down when we get to year 15, when Brady's big contract is up. Maybe we simulate a couple years and see how Denver goes. Or if you guys are still enjoying it, we might keep playing it until we get the new Madden, whenever that year might be. You know, I'm not a yearly release kind of guy. You've heard my thoughts on that in the past. I don't believe in it. I think it's terrible for sports games, and I only buy the next Madden when it looks like a good one, and that's why we still have Madden 20 now. So 3rd and 10. This is a big one for the Broncos. Brady III completes it. Gary Bryant Jr. with the grab. Rocking the Demaryius Thomas 88. Brian said Walter attacked Fabian Eichner. No way. They're still doing their thing on SmackDown. Intercontinental Champion. Gunther, right? Gunther. They hand off to Jonathan Taylor. The Bills have finally slowed him down a little bit, but a great drive for the Broncos. A drive that, man, we joked on him before, but a drive that would make Russell Wilson weep. This Broncos offense. Plenty of time in the pocket, and Brady connects with Smith for the first down, in Denver in business. Brian, have you ever been to New York before? And what recommendations do you have? It said New York trip coming up. I'm going to be at Fisherman Village on Friday night. I'm going to bed right after this because I got to work the 3 a.m. shift at work tomorrow. But the plus to that is I get off early. I can go to Fisherman's Village as Jonathan Taylor walks it in. And an easy opening drive for the Denver Broncos. So all the more reason, check us out on Patreon if you can show your support. You know, I can get out of these 3 a.m. shifts at my job. Stream more with you guys. But nonetheless, Saturday, flying out, New York. And let me know. We have plans, Empire State Building, all the classics. We got tickets to the New York Rangers game at Madison Square Garden, and it's the Rangers-Blues game, and not a Rangers fan or Blues fans, but going to see the Garden, which I've been in before, because both my parents were in the circus in the late 80s and 90s, and I have photos. I've been there as a young child, but no memories of this. So this will be my first time to go to the Garden with memories. And of course, being a wrestling fan such as myself, to have this history behind it, it'll be pretty cool to see the Garden. Nicholas Simmons out of Georgia. We've played him before, leading the Buffalo Bills. So of course, tickets, Madison Square Garden. Speaking of wrestling as well, we got tickets to go on the God, I'm blanking now. The Intrepid. God, the USS Intrepid. And the main reason, of course, the history behind it's really cool, but the main reason I wanted to go on the Intrepid, that I got the tickets, is because that's where Lex Luger slammed Yokozuna. And I'm going to take a picture and say right here, this is where the Stars and Stripes Challenge happened. This is where Yokozuna got body slammed for the first time on the Intrepid. So going on that, Empire State Building. Let's see, you know, all the museums they got there. Wax Museum, Metropolitan Museum. Tickets to, I think we talked about, maybe not, the Broadway show. That was a wide open receiver that was just overthrown. Julian Fleming was the intended receiver. We initially had tickets to see Kinky Boots, but the show was supposed to go, and if anyone knows why, there's like zero information about this, and I don't really know how the Broadway scene works, but they were supposed to have shows, Kinky Boots, until was that over the line of scrimmage? Apparently not. This show was supposed to be going until after February, and they sent an email out in like mid-November saying they were finishing up at the end of November, and they're refunding everyone's tickets from December, January, and February, and there's no explanation given. I tried looking many articles online, and they're all just copy and paste saying that they're ending their run. So I don't know if the ticket sales were low, if someone got sick, I don't know, but to just cancel 3 months worth of performances, so that kind of left us scrambling. Well, I did not want to field that. I was trying to get away from there. And there weren't many available ticket options on short notice for a Broadway show, so we ended up getting tickets to the Harry Potter show, which I know nothing about Harry Potter other than what I saw when we went to Universal Studios just a couple of weeks ago. We went on some of the different Harry Potter things, so it'll be a new experience for me learning about something I have no idea about. We were looking at like Lion King and other stuff like that, but all the good seats were pretty much gone, and you were sitting in the back, basically. So let me know what other New York City recommendations you got. We're pretty much going in blind other than those couple of things we got planned. I heard, the Bronx Zoo, I think, is pretty fun from what I understand. Might try to hit that up. It's going to be cold, but try to hit that up. There's the Quintessential Quintuplets movie is going to be out. The week will be in New York, so we might try to see that too. So just let me know throughout the stream. Hit me up with your recommendations, your New York City recommendations, as we stream for the final time in at least a week. Probably, like I said, with the holidays coming up, probably going to be the final stream for a couple of weeks here. But if you're able to check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/tvsports27, get those requests in. We will honor them. So if you want to see some streaming in the month of December, hit us up there, and we'll bring you some of those streams. Brady the third. Again, wide open, Nick Coffey. In the chat, do you want my wrestler? What does that mean? I don't think, I don't know if I'm in the business for that. 1st and 10 at midfield. Brady a throw it again, and open as Torrey Holt. And it's been another level. We had the struggles early on in the Riverhogs game, did we not, with all the drops? But Tom Brady the third, we're getting the value while we can. When his contract comes up, we got to figure out a way, but that might be, maybe he can negotiate in good faith depending on how many Super Bowls he wins here as a rookie in his rookie contract. But he might be commanding a lot, and unfortunately he's going to have to do a lot with less, which is kind of what Russell Wilson, a lot of those guys are dealing with. Brady all day. Look at that. Just no problem. Brady all day in the pocket. Delivers it on target to Torrey Holt. And it's another touchdown for the Broncos. And at this point, when we talked about in the last stream, the Jets, the Riverhogs, both losing. We have a 3-game lead, and at some point in the AFC, we're going to be able to clinch probably 2 or 3 games out because we're so far ahead. That first-round bye, home field advantage for the second year in a row. And we really got to figure out how long do we let our starters play, because we don't want to get into a situation. You guys remember the Colts a number of years ago with Peyton Manning, 14-0. They rested the starters the final 2 games. They lost both those games. And the Colts couldn't get back in gear. They fizzled out in the postseason. So that's something they got to figure out. We got to figure out if we do get that big advantage, do we let them play up until week 17 and then rest the guys? And of course in Madden, they don't give you a mass substitution option. I mean, how easy? They want to interview you after every game, right? You have to do the little interview thing. How easy would it be to say, hey, take all your starters out? Yes or no? But maybe we'll get that feature in Madden 32. Maybe it's a couple of years away. I know it's a tough feature to implement. It's not like we haven't had that for years in the college football game, right? So the Bills got their best drive of the game going so far. Kennedy Brooks in the backfield. Pistol formation here for the Bills. And Brooks takes it to Marvin Leal. As we've been hyping it up all season long, we're coming up on the big rematch. The Justin Fields, Tom Brady rematch to Marvin Leal as well. Going to be playing the old squad. What uniforms should I do for the Rams? Let me know in the comments. Because for me, I really like the blue and gold. And there's not a lot of gold teams in the NFL anymore. You have the Saints, and you kind of have the 49ers, although they're more of like a brownish. Not like pure brown. They obviously look more gold, but their color is not really gold anymore. Other than that, there's not really gold. So I kind of like the Rams with their blue and gold look. I like the gold pants, the Kurt Warner era. Of course, they got rid of that quickly, and then they ended up going to the blue pants and the white pant look, which I was not a fan of. There's the Marvin Leal. But also now in real life, the Rams have been doing the blue and orange. Or the blue and yellow, rather. So that uniform is also an option, but I may lead towards, I don't know, there's something about the blue and gold that I just always liked. And I know the Rams had some of their worst seasons with those uniforms. Later on, of course, early on with Kurt Warner, they were kind of dominating and running away with things. And the Bills putting it together right now. So the debate is on, and let me know in the comments. I've also played around, because I kind of like the idea. Of course, in this game, Madden 20, the main uniforms were those mismatched, the white horned uniforms. I kind of like the idea, and I played around with this with the Revolution League, of having maybe the Rams can do blue and yellow as a home uniform, and then blue and white for like the away uniform. Like have 2 different helmet, 2 different color schemes. When they're on the road, they wear blue and white. When they're at home, they wear blue and yellow. It's kind of unique, maybe. Who knows? Maybe we can do something like that. Almost intercepted. Delta O'Neal, who's another rookie that we hit on. And that was 3rd down, so that's big business here. Extra point, or field goal, rather, is good. And the Bills with the beautiful red helmets on the scoreboard. They're always going to wear red in my world. You're watching a stream, the Bills always going to wear red unless they're wearing the throwbacks. And they wear the old school, the OJ helmets. That's the only time you'll see the Buffalo Bills in white. Well, the Broncos, 2 drives, 2 touchdowns so far. Oh, barely gets the ball away. And Joey Porter in the backfield with the tackle for loss. Of course, we know in real life what a career he went on to have. You're seeing him in his rookie stages here as we use the various draft classes. Sunday Night Football, Brady right on the mark for Torrey Holt. Good to see Torrey Holt in the mix. He's had a couple of catches so far. Usually he stays kind of quiet. He's our #1 guy. And we've contemplated moving him around a bit too. Because sometimes that #1 receiver, where they're lined up on the field, they don't always get looks. And we thought about maybe bumping him down to a #2, getting him some more looks. Brady drops it in again to Torrey Holt, who reels it in. And the Broncos are in business once again. And Sunday night is Tom Brady III's night right now. The protection in the pocket unmatched. And years in the making. Waiting for a team like this. The many years, the 49ers, the Dolphins. This has been our best run. And we had to put it together. We took over a team. And how many years did it take? 2 years? Put it together? Kind of built the teams, had some rough years early on with the Broncos, but we've put it together here last year, 15-1. The 4th Super Bowl in Broncos history here, staring down another 15-1 season. Brady III lines up in the gun. Incomplete. DJ Moore. I believe that was Jerron Ely that got there. And we got to settle for a Janikowski field goal. No problem. We neutralized their 3 with 3 of our own. The first semi-stop of the game for the Buffalo Bills. Checking in on the chat. We still got Brian in there. No recommendations yet. Brian, any New York recommendations? Of course, everyone says you got to do the normal. The hot dog stand. Right? You got to get a pizza in New York. All the classics. What else? What else is there to do in New York City? I know the Nintendo store. There's like a Lego store, too, in New York City, right? Macy's. Everyone says go to the New York City Macy's. It's going to be cold there for a Florida guy. But I survived Toronto in February and March, so. Give to Brooks. And it's 3rd and 10. Simmons, he's got his X factor right now. What are you guys playing right now as well? There's the first down. First down, Simmons. I haven't played as much Pokemon Violet as I thought I would. I played 2 episodes here on the stream, and I've played a little bit off camera. I'll probably play some in the airport this weekend while we're sitting waiting for the flight. I'm hoping, because the flight is going to be right during the college football conference championship games. So I'm hoping I can watch some of the games on the flight, because sometimes you can get like the main channels, Fox, ABC, things like that. But while we're waiting for our plane, I'll probably play some more Pokemon Violet. But what do you guys thought? What have you thought about the game so far? Still trying to, the open world thing. It was awesome for Zelda, and it seems like everyone's going into the open world. And I liked on Pokemon Sword, you have the couple of open world areas. I don't know how I feel yet about the entire game of Pokemon being open world. There was something about, especially, Jaden Animations has been doing the subathon, and she was doing a Nuzlocke with one of the older games today. There's just something about, like, where you're kind of locked in, and you kind of got to go through a forest, or you got to figure out a puzzle, or you got to, and for right now, like, it's just open world, you kind of just go anywhere, and it's fun. Like, it's not fun, but there's something about having to go through that linear path. I don't know. We'll have to see as I play through more, but I've only gotten one gym badge so far. I did the what was it, the peanut challenge or whatever, where you got to roll the big guava fruit around. I did that one, and then now I'm on the next gym, but I think, and this is something people talked about, the level scaling that's not in the game. As I'm just wandering around, I've gone to the next gym, which is where you deliver the leftovers to the guy. But going through the desert, there's all these high-level Pokemon, way higher than my guys. And it's like, oh my god, should I even be battling this gym right now? So it's kind of open to where you can kind of go wherever you want, but I almost feel like I might be a little overmatched for the gym I'm walking into. So we got some more folks. Mr. Ingram in the chat. Hello, my friend. Do you have any recommendations for me for New York City? We're talking New York City right now. Knocked away. Die. Incomplete. Let me know in the chat New York recommendations. And if we go do the thing you recommend, we'll talk about it on the stream. So that'd be pretty cool, right? Say, hey, you guys recommended this. We went and did it. So let me know. Let me know. Pizza, yes, we were just talking about that before you jumped on. That's what everyone says, the pizza. You got to do that. You got to get the hot dog in the little cart on the side of the road, right? Probably get some Madison Square Garden food, because we'll be going to the Rangers game. But pizza definitely on the list. Oh, Jonathan Taylor staying on his feet, but that's a run that wasted a whole lot of time. Oh, we kind of got the half winding down here. Incomplete. Holt couldn't hang on to that one. Football stadium. We actually thought about that. We don't have tickets. We get in Saturday, and we're going to be there. The next day is the Giants game. And the funny thing is, I was looking at tickets, mostly me, before the NFL season started. And they were really cheap. Like, when we went to a Buccaneers game last season, which was coming off of the Super Bowl, my buddy, former coworker, is a big Tom Brady guy, and he wanted to see Brady. And so we went, and it cost almost $400 to get the upper deck seat. And if you want to see footage from that game, we have video from my phone up in the nosebleed section of Tom Brady's record-breaking touchdown pass against the Bears up on our Patreon page. $5 gets you in the door to see that footage. But that was a $400 ticket. The Giants-Commanders game, which is going to be this Sunday, which will be in New York, the tickets for like $40, $50, like for really good seats too. So I was looking at that being like, oh man, that'd be really cool. But we didn't end up doing it because it was the thing of sitting outside in the cold in New York and the thought of seeing the Giants and the Commanders, like, boy, this is going to be a terrible game, right? Now both teams are actually pretty good. The Commanders have put some wins together, and the Giants are having one of their best seasons since the Eli Manning years. So it's like, oh my God. But part of it was, you flying in the first thing, because we're going to get in. Our flight got changed, by the way. We had an early flight, and then Delta sent us an email like a month ago saying they changed our flight to 4 p.m., like 6 hours after the flight we had booked. So we're not going to get into New York till like 7, 8 o'clock at night. So if we did end up going to the game, because there's not a Giants or Jets game, I don't think, the next week. Well, even if there is, we're flying back out that Saturday. But it would be us getting in that night, and then pretty much the next morning having to wake up, and the first thing we'd be doing is sitting outside watching a football game of, oh, intercepted! Intercepted by Battle. He's going to try to take it back. And look at this, Jordan Battle. Brilliant for the Broncos right now. So in the end, it would be cool to see MetLife Stadium, of course, the home of one of the WrestleManias. 2 WrestleMania. No, they've only done the one WrestleMania, WrestleMania 29 there. But that would have been cool to see MetLife, but maybe we'll go walk around the outside of it, go to the team store or something. I've been to the outside of the Titan Stadium as well, without actually being in it. They might be getting their WrestleMania Stadium. Touchdown! How about that for the Broncos? Broncos having a show right now in prime time, Sunday night. Mike Tirico, he's on his feet.
Tony Dungy's on his feet. It could not be going any better right now for the Broncos as we're approaching the postseason once again. We were missing out on the postseason for a number of years. We went every year with the Dolphins, and then we missed season 7, and we missed the first year with the Broncos. It's good to be back in the postseason, some regularity. Buccaneers, yeah, Jaden talking about Buccaneers. They've been having some struggles, but so is the entire NFC West, right? It's kind of crazy. I mean, folks are going to be able to just win a handful of games. Oh, how was that tackle not made? They might not even, it might be a 6-win, 7-win season, get you into the postseason in the NFC West. Jane says, I feel bad for Tom. Yeah. He did come back, and it's kind of up in the air. Is he going to stick around in Tampa? Does he retire? Of course, now the Patriot rumors are flying around. He might try to go back to New England. What does he do? What does he do? But for now, Jane, you can enjoy Tom Brady III, while Tom Brady Jr. might be having his... when you look at his numbers, Tom Jr. is not really doing terrible. Like, I know the team's not doing great, but every week, he's getting 200, 300 yards passing. He's still doing his thing. And that's going to be no good short, which gives our Broncos 4 seconds on the clock. And why the heck not? They want us to chew the clock. We're going to heave it up. Why not? We got Zach joining us. Welcome, Zach. You got any recommendations for me for New York City? We're talking New York City. Do you have any recommendations? Oh, if Bryant could have caught that, he would have walked in for a touchdown. 24-6 Broncos. Have you been to New York before, Zach? And if you have, where do you recommend we go? A lot of domination for our Denver Broncos. And if you're a Broncos fan in real life, such as myself, how pleasant is it to come here and see the team doing good? See a good offense for once. We get 1 or 2 more scores, we're going to get into clock chewing mode here. It's almost coming up on 8 p.m. I got to be to work at 3 a.m. tomorrow. Are you going to be doing the 3 a.m. shift, Zach? Try to get what sleep I can. But like I said, the good thing is I'll get off work early and I'll be able to spend the evening at Fisherman's Village in Punta Gorda. If any of you guys have ever been before, very nice place. A lot of shops, a lot of restaurants. 3rd and 3, Simmons and the Bills intercepted. He threw that right to Stingley. And the Broncos going to take advantage of another Nicholas Simmons interception. And Stingley, who kind of got beat up a little bit last week, thanks to Joe Burrow and the Riverhogs, he steps up here to show everyone he's still the shutdown corner. How's he been doing in real life, by the way? Zach or Jaden, how's Stingley? I know he's with the Texans, and they've not been doing good, but how has Stingley been doing? Because in this game, Stingley's been like a Champ Bailey or an Ed Reed. Unstoppable. Oh, come on. Torrey Holt's got to hang on to that. Mikael Wright just knocked that out of his hands. 8 o'clock. Zach, that's a late shift. I keep getting the most spam on Snapchat. Any of you guys that have Snapchat, are you getting all these bot accounts? Brady the third, there we go. DJ Moore.
We got this.
Passing game's been on point. Running game, not so much right now for the Broncos. And again, Jonathan Taylor. He doesn't have anything going. It was the opposite last week against the Riverhogs. Brady the third in the offense had nothing going, and the running game ended up getting the Broncos through. That was a solid run by Jonathan Taylor. First and goal here for the Broncos. Nick Coffey drops it. Second and goal, Broncos up at the 7. Big opening, and Taylor just held out of the end zone. Yeah, Zach's having the same issue with Snapchat that I am. It's terrible. And I don't know, like, I wish I could just turn off. Is there a way you can turn off notifications from people you aren't friends with? There we go. Touchdown, Denver. I think Brady the third's thrown as many touchdowns as Russell Wilson's thrown all season in Denver. Is that Torrey Holt's second or third touchdown grab of the game? He's been big today. Are we going to be able to keep those two together? Maybe Torrey Holt Jr. and Tom Brady the third. That Rams-Patriots Super Bowl, now they're here in Denver. 31-6. In the chat, the question is, what are your thoughts on the Cowboys just in general? Awesome uniforms. Really cool. Classic. Right now, I mean, you know, they're looking okay. Cooper Rush had some good games. They started off kind of lackluster, didn't they? Not too good, and they've turned it on as of late. You never know. I mean, it's been a while for the Cowboys, and they've been fool's gold before, have they not? They've been pretenders before in recent memory and haven't been able to get forward. Super Bowl could be interesting this year because a lot of the teams that people were hyping up, I mean, the Bills are doing their thing, but they've been struggling as of late. But it's looking like, you know, you're talking about the Cowboys, but it could be the Cowboys, the Vikings, the Eagles on that NFC side. Like, we could see the Vikings finally going back to the Super Bowl. We could see the Eagles with Jalen Hurts. We talked about this in past streams. How about Jalen Hurts? It's the guys. It seems like it's out the guys without the big college careers that end up being studs in the NFL. Hurts benched in the national championship for Tua. He's got the best team in the NFL. Then you got these guys that come out of college with these top pedigrees, and they struggle and can't do anything, right? And it's kind of crazy how that works out. The Ryan Leafs, the Jamarcus Russells of the world. But then Jalen Hurts, who has to transfer, gets benched, doesn't have the greatest college career, and look at him. Best team in the NFL. So yeah, we could be seeing another Eagles, Vikings, and oh no, fumble. Well, that hurts. A rare fumble for the human joystick there. But yeah, we could see what was it, Case Keenum, Nick Foles, NFC Championship. We could see a rematch there between Hurts and Cousins, because looking like the Eagles and the Vikings could be the team. In the AFC, of course, you got the Chiefs minus Tyreek Hill. They're still doing their part. I mean, shaping up Chiefs, Bills, perhaps. What would be a weird Super Bowl? A Bills-Vikings Super Bowl? Would that be... Is there any Super Bowls in your head that's like, wow, that'd be a weird Super Bowl? You know? Like, a weird Super Bowl would be like, to me, like the Browns... Like the Browns and the Packers, right? Like, that'd be such a weird Super Bowl. Or the Titans. The Ravens and Giants was always a weird one to me. That was always like, oh, that's kind of a goofy Super Bowl. It's just two teams you wouldn't expect, you know? How about the Titans and the Panthers? That'd be kind of a strange one, huh? Dante Hall might as well just let this one go. And I think the Broncos.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Zach, you like moving the teams, man. I think franchises, they're going to hate Zach being an owner. He moves his teams everywhere. Zach is the Art Monk of the Madden world, moving the team around. Jonathan Taylor. He trucks forward for a couple. As we move into clock chewing mode here, we might get to see former Buffalo Bill Josh Allen step out onto the field for the Denver Broncos. As we get into the fourth quarter and this blowout continues. First down, Jonathan Taylor.
That's it, baby. We gonna work.
Set 15 Lonnie. 15 Lonnie.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
First and 10, Brady to drop back and throw it. Look at the comfort level. Unfortunately, another drop. That's been the only thing holding up the Broncos here today is the drop passes. Tom Brady III is able to just drop back in the pocket and sit. And we've seen him get roughed up, especially last week by the Riverhogs. The Bills, no pressure on Tom Brady III. And drops are something we got to get under control for the Broncos. We had a couple of games last season or 2 seasons ago where that was a big issue. I think the game with the Titans, one that I'm remembering that was a big issue for the Broncos with drops. Not enough for the first down. What do you say we go for it? Just try to ice this thing.
Here we go. 50 plant.
You got it, son.
I don't like that. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do a little flanker here. I'm gonna try to drop it off to Bryant Jr. A little inside. How about that beautiful play call? Because I saw the outside tackle blitzing in. I was gonna do a running play. And I thought, no, he's going to get stuffed. He's going to get stuffed, so I'm going to switch it up. Look at this again. Blitzing, boom, changing it. Here they come. They drop back a little bit. Oh, I tried to sneak it in. A little inside scoop. Inside scoopski, scoopski potatoes. You want a scoopski, I want potatoes. You want a scoopski, I got potatoes. Jonathan Taylor jukes outside. This will be your last play of the third quarter in a dominant Sunday night Denver Broncos. Jamil Pierce. How about Pierce coming in and picking up the first down for Denver? Oh, 4th and inches. Boo. Boo. Well, fourth quarter from Mile High. 61-yard field goal. Yeah, right. Yeah, right, Madden gods.
70 Indy.
Crunch time, defense.
Ready.
And Taylor gets stuffed, and that's where the drive comes to an end. The Bills finally get a stop on the Denver Broncos. Took a long time. They're going to get good field position here. Maybe get their first touchdown. The Bears dropping a game to the Lions, so they'll take their second loss of the year. And we were kind of hyping up the potential rematch between Chicago and Denver in the Super Bowl. Do people want to see that? It was the first shutout in Super Bowl history. I've been to 2 Super Bowls in this Madden, one with the Dolphins. And you can see the conclusion of that in the Classic Clips playlist. Dolphins-Panthers, if you want to see the incredible game. I highly recommend it too. It's only the ending. So if you want to see how the Super Bowl ended, one of the greatest Super Bowls of all time, the ending. Tua Tagovailoa versus Cam Newton. check it out on the playlist, Classic Clips. 2 different videos. They're both 10, 15 minutes, so it won't take long to check it out and get caught up. But highly recommended. And then, of course, you guys can watch the Super Bowl in full that we had with the Chicago Bears. The Bears. How about that defense right there? Dye coming in and forcing the incompletion. And poor Kennedy Brooks is, he don't know what hit him. I don't know if he's asking for a flag or what does he want, but he can get something all right. That's going to be a first down for the Bills.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
Go now. 18 Gator.
Empty set here for Simmons. Simmons going to connect with Derek Mason. Derek Mason out of Michigan State, Michigan State. Is that blasphemy to do the famous Michigan when talking about Michigan State? 'Cause that's for Wolverine fans. Bills are getting close. This could be their moment, guys. Pistol formation. Jermaine Edmonds, the Hokie, in the backfield. And who else? It's Dye once again. I don't know, Madden's going to credit Stingley with the tackle, but more so Dye did it. Simpsons did it. Simpsons did it. And this time, how about the Hokie on the second handoff? Making up. And it's a touchdown for the Buffalo Bills. Well, Buffalo not quite out of this thing yet. 8 minutes here. 8 minutes on the clock. Extra point good. Broncos looking for win number 11. We'll keep the starters in for now, considering it's kind of a game again. We might kind of need to ramp this offense back up. And Jonathan Taylor, his struggles continue. Joey Porter, 4th tackle for a loss for Joey Porter.
53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Ready?
Brady had all kinds of time, as he has this entire game. And he finds Gary Bryant. Now look at this. 6th defense in the NFL. Giving up 300 yards. They haven't looked like the 6th defense. The way this defense has put 0 pressure. They've done good in the running game. Give credit where credit's due. They have stuffed our running game. But as far as putting pressure on Tom Brady III, it ain't been there.
Set. 60 Pittsburgh.
His X Factor's been glowing this entire evening. They finally get a hand on him. Ooh, what a hit that was. We're 24th in the league in passing offense. Who would have freaking thought that, right? Not me. Maybe just because we have an all-around team. You know, good running attack as well. We don't feel like we need to pass it all the time. Oh, and another fumble. Holy smokes. This is looking like the Bears Cardinals. They are who we thought they were. Just letting the Bills get back into this one. The first fumble for Jonathan Taylor, but our second one. Dante Hall fumbled earlier, and the Bills are going to have good field position once again. We were in clock chewing mode in the third. Here comes Buffalo all of a sudden. That's why you got to watch every game to the end. You never know what's going to happen in football. Oh, missed tackle. And it's going to be a big first down for Kennedy Brooks.
Come on, set. 30 Bears.
Goodness me.
Hey, keep it up. Keep it up.
But up.
Lay down.
Got it.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Get him. Get him. Get him.
Snap.
Short pass out to Brooks once again. And Stingley coming for this. I would love to see another one of these Nicholas Simmons terrible passes where he just throws it right to one of our corners. That'd be a thing of beauty. I'd take that all day. Simmons steps up and nobody's open. And once again, the third play in a row, just check down to Kennedy Brooks. And for the Bills trying to work their way into this thing, this is a terrible,
Go now.
pretty terrible drive right now from Simmons.
In your face.
Hut. Get it.
Simmons just heaves it up, and it's incomplete. I thought that was a touchdown. Julian Fleming, your intended receiver. And I don't know what happened there, because I thought he had that. Let's look. Did he just drop it? It looked like he had it. That was a walk-in touchdown for Buffalo.
18.
It just looks straight up dropped. So we're back, clock 2 in mode. This will take us to the 2-minute warning. We should probably get Taylor out of there, because he's got over 26 carries. And this game is pretty much Dunyan rings with that last stop. And don't even make it an option. And just let old Pierce and Knighton wind this one out. Of course, Knighton has been a part of our team for a long time.
49 to Mike. Stop your whining.
Ready.
We always let him go because he wants too much money. No one signs him, and then we pick him up in free agency. We've done that for years in Miami. Doing that here in Denver.
Keep playing hard, fellas. All day. Let's get it.
All right, well, we got at least one New York recommendation, pizza. Of course, this is going to go in the archives on demand. So if you guys are watching this, oh my God, are you kidding me? The number of fumbles, this is crazy.
All day, baby. Let's go.
Why is this happening all of a sudden? If you guys have any recommendations within the week, keep them coming. Let me know in the comments. I'll be checking them. I'll post. Someone posted yesterday, warmed my heart, said, I've been watching you since before I was in college, this original channel, the one that got purged by YouTube. And now he's graduating college. I was like, that's pretty cool. Someone that's been watching for that long. So if you're watching within the week here, and you got any recommendations for New York City, hit me up. And we might do what we did when I went to Fargo, North Dakota. I put about 50 pictures up on Patreon. I might do that again. So stay tuned. Hit us up, patreon.com/TBSports27, patreon.com/TBSports27. And we got the December request thread up, so whatever you guys want to see streamed in the month of December, let us know. We'll bring that to you. If we can get 20 patrons, 20 brand new patrons, we will do GM mode here on the channel. So let us know. And not only that, but we'll bring back My Rise. And maybe we'll even do that as a Patreon exclusive. A thank you to the patrons. If you guys want to see that stuff, patreon.com/TBSports27. Hit the subscribe button here on YouTube for streams, videos, whichever. Turn the bell notification on too. Hit subscribe, and right next to it, turn the bell on so you'll know when we're going live. We got almost 500 subscribers. I know 500 folks aren't tuning into these streams. So make sure that bell notification is on. All right? And follow along with us on Twitter. We tweeted before this stream that we are going live on Twitter. We are going live on YouTube. We said that on Twitter. So make sure you're following us on Twitter. It'll also send out a notification through the PS4 that we're going live. So if you don't have that bell turned on, you can follow us on Twitter, and you can turn my tweets on, and you'll get those tweets of when we're going live. Boy, can I get I didn't realize I have everything. I'm a all-star coach here. I just buy all this stuff. Shows you how much I've been paying attention. Look at that. What happens after you've got all the points? Okay, I can't do anything anymore. I'm maxed out. I'm maxed out on everything. I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest. That sound like sound like Ernest Miller. I'm the greatest. 1, 2, 1, 2, hoo. All right, let's see. As we will sim forward here, we moved to 11-1, and we got just 4 games left. Can you guys believe that? 4 streams left for the end of the regular season 2030 here. This is Madden 20. So 2030 season coming to an end here. Season 11, I suppose, because you would start with the season 19. As far as negotiations go, I don't really think there's anybody. Andy Isabella, he won a little bit more money. I mean, we're not doing anything with him. If he's around, maybe we'll bring him back. But sorry, Andy. And I think we're good here. So there you go. No more negotiations. We're done. We're done with negotiations. We can scout some more players. What ones do we have in here? We have the movie stars, right? I think we're doing the WWE guys on All Pro 2K, or not All Pro, on the RXFL. We're looking at some receivers here. Look at that. There's a late round stud. I like that. A couple of late round studs. We need to look at tight ends too. Tight ends, because we're starting to kind of, I wouldn't say struggle, but as injuries start to pile up a little bit. Right end, left end, right end. We kind of got those guys all scouted. Defensive tackle. Don't touch Henry Shepard, boy. Big Tony. Yes, Big Tony. Okay, look at that. A 5th round projection. And Ollie. Is he a real life? Should I search that one? Because these are all movie stars. Movie names. Let's see here. Ronald Ollie. Last Chance U. Maybe he's a real player. He's at a Last Chance U. So they took him like a real life guy. He played in Miami. Okay. Well, there you go. Well, we have him. All right. We got a home game against the Bengals up next. Bengals coming in at 4-7-1. Not great. And then we got the big one. The game. It's in prime time at the Rams. So let us know. What should we put the Rams in? We got to bust them out in the gold. Do we put them in the color rush? Maybe we make them go crazy. Maybe we put them in the all yellow look. Then we come back home for a game with LA, and we got another primetime battle with the Chiefs. So a couple of primetime games, and then it's off to the postseason. As we're kind of far and away here. So I would think, as long as we keep doing this thing, at some point we're going to be able to rest our guys. I mean, it's shaping up for another Broncos-Bears Super Bowl. We don't quite have the 3 undefeated teams we did like last season, but I mean, we're 3 games up on the Riverhogs. So I would think if we win next week, or at least the week after, and the Riverhogs lose, as well as the Jags, I mean, it's kind of our division to win, and we can start resting guys if we so choose. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. All right, that's going to do it for at least a couple of weeks here as we get into the holidays. But let me know. Hit us up on Patreon if there's anything you want to see. Patreon.com/TBSports27. Hit those requests in. But I'm going to be heading to New York, And then it's going to be the holidays. So I got to go to bed. I got to wake up at 3 in the morning. So I'll see you then. Maybe I'll tweet something and say good morning. So follow us on Twitter as well. Thank you guys for tuning in. And we'll see you a couple of weeks down the line for some more Denver Broncos football.